Well, storage is full, and I don't have coins to upgrade my storage. Uh, I do have 3,600 Pokemon slots, seats, storage, but it's somehow still full. And after an event like Go Fest and the makeup event 2 weeks after the 10th year anniversary, with all these special Pokemon, my Pokemon storage just shot up. So let's clean it up. This is gonna be shot just one take straight, so this may take long, so feel free to skip along. First thing that I'm gonna look for are my hatched Pokemon, because what happens with me in particular is that I try to I'm playing the game, I'm walking, hatch notification happens, especially if it's like a community day. I have to exit out of it to continue catching more Pokemon and finding shinies and all that. So these things tend to pile up, and I may not want all of them, or maybe they don't have great IVs. So if you just see there, you can see search by hatched, and I have 469 Pokemon. That cannot be right. That's a lot. Now, if I filter it by only those that are 2-star, I can filter it further, which ones I have a lot of, which ones I don't really need more of. Like, for example, I, I do know I have these Pokemon already. I don't need another Squirtle, I don't need another Torchic because I have a lot of those already. And so is Turtwig. Some of these are fairly uncommon, like the Frigibax and all. Chespin is also, it hatches from the daily egg, so you might want to take out those ones. A Togepi, uh, and then you just go through the list. Like Anorith, you might want to keep one depending on what type of player you are. So I'll keep the I'll transfer the lower one, and then Eevee is very common. I'm not sure why I'm keeping that. Larvitar, I said this might be an older one because it says trade on it, but I don't think anyone wants to trade for a Larvitar these days, so transfer those too. So just to have a look at these, like Farfetch'd. I have a lot of Farfetch'd already, and just this is just a preliminary scan of it, and that's just 9. I can go back to it later. Boop. And now we're down to, and then this one would be Pokemon that I know I have a lot of, like Machamp, and then you can show evolutionary line, combat power. If you might be wondering why I have a lot, I started playing 2017, and Machamp was the primary fighting type back then, especially when there's a Tyranitar raid. You need like a bunch. I came from a time where you could not set a team before a raid, and you have to like relobby with whatever's next. So with that in mind, you only need like 6 at most, and Machamp's not even the best fighting type anymore, so you have to let go of some of these things. So it's a matter of deciding, like, why do I have so many Machokes? I don't, because if you trade Machoke for trading, it's gonna be free, and it might be a good Pokemon for them, but this is a 1-star. I don't think it's that hot of a trade item per se, if you can say that. So transferring, just making, the only reason I'm doing this is I'm making sure I'm not transferring 100% IV. And then this one's really high, but it's also just, to just being honest with yourself. Are you really gonna be, I have to remove the favorite tag on it because this one's This was very good, but I don't. It goes back to the point wherein would you be investing Stardust on it and all that? So that in mind, I'm not, because I don't need these many, and I already have those in the first place. So you just have, you might, it feels a little hard, but you have to do it at, you know, instead of having to spend. Then next would be like I have a Tyranitar, because Tyranitars were like famous and popular. Then I also have the Shadow variants from Team Rocket. So let's see if there's anything here that's uh not that great. I'll transfer that. Now you might be thinking that's for VBP. No, it's not. It's not. That's a 3-star. I could probably power that up. This one's this is a 3-star, so I got that. Which is a Shadow Tyranitar's very good. So I'll keep those two. Now I have no need for this one's a 2018. I really want to keep one, but well, you have to check on those. Like, you have to be honest with yourself, because that's really good. I'll keep that. You don't have to eliminate everything all at once. The point is to just start the process of cleaning up. Like I caught this last time. And then you just don't need to hold on to everything, because you're not. Oh, 98. Oh, I'm not gonna transfer that, am I? This one I would. See? There's just that decision making that you're doing, that you can't hold on to everything. So I'll look into those other things. 84 IV, I already. Some of this is like you decide, oh, I powered it up before, and then I kind of like, and then you don't want. So now the only other item I would say initially would also be the 0-star. These are the low IV Pokemon that you have. And so you might have different reasons as to why they're there, or maybe you just forgot. Like you're catching, you're exiting, you're catching, you're exiting, and then you're not checking the IVs and you forget some of them. Like this Jinx right here. Why do I have this? No reason. No reason. It's not shiny. So transfer that away. And then you have a Cradily. Why do I have this Cradily in the first place? I'll transfer that too. It's not. It's also over the 1500 CP if you're into Go Battle. So just go through this, and you go through all these things, and you just decide which ones you want to transfer or not. This one, I already have another. Yes, I know. I wanted this to have it potentially for trading, but no one's gonna. Walrein's not an underwhelming Pokemon, so just go through these. Decide which ones you want to keep, but you have to be honest. Like, some of these Pokemon that I'm keeping is because they have special backgrounds. They're shiny, but if you're in a community that does, if you're not in a big community that does a lot of trading, these Pokemon will sit for years. Like most of these Pokemon I have, like if we sort this by recent, I've had ones from 2017, Ash Hat Pikachu. Some of them have specific like memories to them. Like I got this in Hong Kong. I got this at the Hong Kong airport. I got this in a city in China. You know, all those things. But you have to sort through it. And it's a little bit difficult, so you're gonna justify to yourself some of these things, but you have to just clear them out eventually. Like, why do I have a 0-star Dragonite? Why did I even evolve that? If that. So, transfer that. You can't even trade shadows, so transfer it, dude. So, going through that, there's still a lot of things to be done, but the last one that I've seen get hoarded the most are legendaries. Like, you can, if you're doing that legendary, if it's not here, oh, there, it's there, legendary, and then you can say, uh, 0-star. I have a 0-star Mesprit that I caught in the wild, but that's the only Mesprit I have. So I'm keeping that for now. 1-star. These are shadow Pokemon, so I'm trying to power those up eventually when I have the candies, but the ones that you typically want to transfer are those that are in raids. You catch them, these legendary Pokemon get rotated frequently in raids, and if you look hard enough, like let's do an example here. Like, let me do one Rayquaza. If you do Rayquaza, I have like that. Well, let's see this. It hatched. It's not a great IV, and then I'll transfer that. Let's do that again. Rayquaza. I have like 9 of them right now. Am I gonna use all of them? No. Yeah, see this one? I just got this in a research and it wasn't great. Let's transfer that, lady. Got the candies back. Now I'll keep some for trading because they're old. But some, like, I'll only keep like a couple. Or 3. I'll keep 3. They're done. The rest I can transfer away because I don't need that many. I'll probably need a couple at most. And with Mega Rayquaza, if you're using Mega Rayquaza in a raid, you're better off reviving and relobbying when you're using Mega Rayquaza anyway, so you have to keep that in mind as well. So that's just that, and then that clears out that, and then I have something like Suicune, which I don't really use at all. I don't really use it at all. So now I have these. I have one for trading if in case anyone needs it. I'll keep 2 for this instance, but Suicune is not that popular anyway. I'll transfer this. I've held on to so many legendary Pokemon because of scarcity, because back then these legendary Pokemons are not common. You have to team up with a lot of players to take them down. Unlike these days, wherein you only need like maybe 2, at most 5, and you'll be able to take down almost any of the legendaries. Unless they're super mega legendaries, which require have a minimum number. I'll keep this only because it's an automatic lucky. So I have enough tradable assets. And then I have one that I'm keeping, which has the best IV. Suicune, Entei. So the idea is that you just go through all of these things and mark them as, some of them mark a few at least for trading, and then transfer the rest. If you're not really going to power them up, if you're not going to be using them at all, let them go, dude. It's just that. It's not a comfortable thing to do. Why? Why am I cannot be transferred? I got this year. Transfer. So just go through all of the legendaries. You can just even like guard jump. Like let's say with the mighty event, I have a lot of these guard jumps we have. Do I need all of them? Absolutely not. So you're not gonna power it up. You know it in your heart of hearts that you're not gonna power it up. Just be honest about it, and then transfer. That's it. That's very good. This one's not as good. So anyway, wait. I kind of like this other one better, so I'll transfer this one. So with that in mind, I'm freed up 45 Pokemon storage space. That's exactly the equivalent of one upgrade. I haven't done a thorough cleanup of that. I can still go through other like Gen 1 Pokemon that used to be relevant but are not relevant now. You know. So go through all of those. Hopefully this is helpful. And if you have any questions, let me know. Leave it in the comments.